Hare Krishna. So Arjuna has very nicely glorified Krishna. And after glorifying Krishna, now he's asking a question. He's requesting Krishna something. So let's see that in shloka number 16. Vaktum arhasya sheshena divyaya atma vibhutayah yabhir vibhutibhir lokan imam stvam vyapya tishthasi. Here Arjuna is saying, Vaktum arhasi, please tell me. Asheshena, in detail. What do you want to know? Oh Arjun, what do you want to know? Divya hi atma vibhutaya. So now Arjuna is saying that I want to know what? Your divine opulences. Divya vibhutaya. And he is telling that which sort of opulences? Yabhir vibhutibhir lokan imams tvam vyapya tishthatsi. By those opulences I want to know by which you pervade all these worlds. So here Arjuna is posting a question or requesting that please tell me your opulences. Basically, to understand Krishna's Swarupa is very difficult. But then Arjuna is expecting, chalo, if not Swarupa, let me at least understand his opulences. And if I understand his opulences, it means I would know something about Krishna. In this verse, it appears that Arjun is already satisfied with his understanding of Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. By Krishna's grace, Arjun has personal experience, intelligence and knowledge, and whatever else a person may have. And through all these agencies, he has understood Krishna to be the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Arjuna is completely convinced about the knowledge that Krishna has given and the position of Krishna. Completely convinced. There is no doubt at all. Why? Here it said that by the grace of Krishna, Arjuna has got personal experience. Oh, Krishna is standing in front of him. He is speaking to him. So he has personal experience of Krishna. Intelligence and knowledge. Krishna has bestowed that also on Arjuna. And that's how Arjuna has understood, realized whatever Krishna has spoken. Now, when it comes to us, there are different levels of understanding. In different ways we can understand. The first class understanding is by hearing. So as soon as we hear, we have complete faith on that subject matter and we accept it. That is first class understanding. Second class understanding is seeing. So I have heard it, but then I am not yet convinced, so I want to see. So when the person sees, then hearing plus seeing, the person accepts, and that is called as second class understanding. And the third class is that okay, I've heard and I've seen also, but then I want to experience first, then I'll accept. So that is experiencing. So that's third class understanding. And even after hearing, even after seeing, even after experiencing, the one who don't understand, that person is fourth class. So it's a very important thing to understand. When it comes to Vedic literature, one has to come to the first class of understanding, because we have very less time. In that, where we'll go to see, where we'll go to experience. So as soon as we have faith in the Vedic literature, if you understand it as bona fide, what we have to do is hear, believe, accept, implement. So this is very, very important, because we have very short time, and in this short time we have to perfect our human form of life. And in that, if we go on searching, I want to see, seeing is believing, I want to experience and all that, then we'll get into second class and third class, and then it becomes very difficult for a person in the short span of life to perfect one's human form. So here we see that Arjuna got all the experience, all the levels of understanding. He heard from Krishna, he saw Krishna. In fact, now in the next chapter, universal form, there we will see in the universal vision that Arjuna is able to see the universal vision which is manifested by Krishna. And then he has experienced Krishna, because Krishna is just there with him, in front of him. He has experienced his presence in various ways. So in this way, Arjuna is fortunate enough, by the grace of Krishna, he has accepted Krishna and his teachings completely. For him there is no doubt, yet he is asking Krishna to explain his all-pervading nature. People in general and the impersonalist in particular concern themselves mainly with the all-pervading nature of the Supreme. So Arjun is asking Krishna how he exists in his all-pervading aspect through his different energies. One should know that this is being asked by Arjun on behalf of common people. So if Arjuna is fully convinced, why is he asking this question? That show your opulence or tell me about your opulence. This question of Arjuna is almost like a person, an anchor on a TV show is asking question to various speakers who come every week. So like for example a health show. So there's an anchor, a host who is sitting, and then every week a doctor comes, and then the host is asking, say the host is talking to a TB doctor, tuberculosis. The host is asking that, oh, doctor, can you please tell us that what are the causes of TB? What are the symptoms? What is the cure? And the doctor will speak. Now next week, a cancer specialist comes, and the host is again asking, doctor, can you please tell us that what are the symptoms of cancer? What is the solution? What is the cure? What is the prevention? Can you please tell? The doctor will speak. And then after that, another doctor comes, say a person specialist of asthma, and the host is asking again, doctor, can you please tell what are the reasons of a person getting asthma? And what is the solution to get rid of it? What is the cure? What is the prevention? Now, when every week a new doctor is coming, the host is asking almost the same question. So what does that mean? Host has got TB, cancer, asthma and all that. So what is host doing? Host is asking on behalf of all the viewers who are actually watching that TV show. So we all are the viewers who are watching the TV show called Bhagavad Gita in Shloka Day videos. So we are watching, we are trying to understand Bhagavad Gita, and here to make our understanding more clear, more prominent, very nice. So what Arjuna is doing? Arjuna is asking question to Krishna. Krishna, can you please tell me about your opulences? Now when he's asking this question, he's not asking for himself, he knows. But now he's asking for common public like all of us, so that when we hear about the opulence of Krishna, we'll understand how great he is. And when we understand how great he is, we'll be able to surrender to the lotus feet of Krishna. So in this way, Arjuna in this text, he's making it very clear, or he's asking very, very clearly that please reveal to us your opulences. Now in this way, he has asked this question. And now there's another question that Arjuna is going to ask. For whom? For himself? No, for all of us. So let's see that question in the next video. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna